All right, Ian. We're going to talk about a big eBay video game sale that went through, not Heritage Auctions, but a more likely real sale that happened for a partially sealed Super Mario Brothers, 71,000 and change. And
why are there no pictures of it on this link? I think the link is wrong.
Oh shit! Did I do the bad link on this? Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Okay, so
Anyway.
I'll just search Super Mario Brothers and sort by price. So basically, this was open at the bottom, but sticker sealed at the top.
Right.
A matte sticker, not a shiny glossy sticker. I have a shiny glossy sticker, Super Mario Brothers, that I got at Comic-Con for $50.
Please remind me and the folks at home what the difference is between the matte and the shiny.
So for the test market region of New York, New Jersey, and a little bit of Connecticut in the fall of '85, the first runs of these were done with a matte sticker that would shut it closed. That says Nintendo on it, a dark black, dark gray, charcoal color sticker, and it closes the top with a little circular sticker. No cellophane.
Right.
Cellophane shit didn't start happening until later in '86, where they started doing the actual shrink wrap on this stuff. Then with the third party, and then on from '87, then they were doing that. So there has not, and I talked to a collector, we don't know of a completely sealed first print Super Mario Brothers that is known to exist.
I'm sorry, that was what I think I needed you to clarify, though.
Yes.
Shiny sticker or matte sticker
Matte
is
sticker
first?
is first.
Okay, thank you.
We do not know of one to exist. So this and they had another one. I'm sorry, I fucked up the link. They had another game opened up the same way, this seller, from the bottom. They opened the bottom flats with the sticker seal and stack. So it's like, this is real. Why would you do this for two different? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
So you might say, hey, Pat, that's not true. I remember on Pawn Stars, there was a sticker seal Super Mario Brothers. Well, there was. That was a second print glossy sticker one.
Got it.
And that was the one that was now at the heart of the class action lawsuit for allegedly being a fraudulent sale done between people that were invested in Heritage Auctions and the seller. Remember the seller kept a portion of he kept ownership of the cart but still sold it.
Yeah.
So it's not a sale. What is that? It's a headline for a press release to get people interested because everyone ran with it. There was YouTube videos about it. There was websites talking about it. No one stopped to think, besides me and Ian, stopped to say, like, who the fuck are these people that did this? Because there was no precedent to that point set for that high amount of that sale.
Correct.
Before that, it was like, so we have a $35,000 Steam events because there's like 5 in the box known to exist. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. So this is sort of interesting just because, to me, you can never separate out all the WADA and Heritage Auctions shenanigans from where we are now. But to me, this is more interesting because on the surface, I'm like, okay, if we don't know of one of these to exist, even though it's not completely sealed, sure, people are speculating in this, but this is a lot more important on the surface to me than 99% of the other stuff we've seen.
As we've said before, I mean, I've said this many times, to some degree, it makes sense to me that even if they were common games, that there are versions like this of the tentpole games that are going to command a high value. There will be people who speculate on them. There will be people who throw, I guess, caution to the wind to obtain these. The difference is, again, I'm repeating myself, this is the Amazing Fantasy as opposed to every limited edition cover that was released in the 90s. In terms of, this is something that, to me, makes sense for there to be value attached to it.
Even though if the value itself could still be inflated, it makes sense that this would be something you go after.
Yes, exactly.
All right, put the proper link there. You can see.
Thank you.
$71,100 is sold on January 17th. And again, it's really strange that the bottom, they open up the flaps and took out...
It still doesn't link me there.
Really?
Yeah, it takes me to this.
That's weird. That's fucking weird. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's fine. We're good. Just keep talking. I don't need to see a picture of it.
And the other item that they sold in a similar shape, The other one was a duck hunt that went for $1,300. That was a match sticker seal. That same thing. So I'm like, who would do that? Who'd have the foresight to do? Who would open it up to be like, I want to keep that sticker intact. Some particular person 40 years ago did this. It's bizarre, but I guess it can happen.
I know weird people, man, but I'm trying to think of the reason for it. And
you bought this in 1985. This game,
right?
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to keep that intact on top. I like the way that sticker looks. I'm going to open up the bottom. I didn't know as a kid you could open up the bottom of an NES box. I don't think I knew that at the time. That you can do that. So, yeah, again, this is not the highest sale for something like this. There was a $90,000 first print Castlevania sealed that sold in 2024 for $90,000. I just said it, and that went to someone named Minus Worlds, who was one of the old school collectors on Nintendo Age. And I saw them in a Greg the Games interview. God,
Get the game, Greg.
yes, he interviewed the guy and said, "Well, I bought it. This is one thing I'll push back. He bought it with a friend. So whenever you say two buyers, it's going to be sold at some point. It's a clear investment. They can say, well, I grew up with the game." When you buy with someone else,
You're not
buying it to
You're not sharing. Yeah.
You're not sharing it. You're not going to put it on your wall for 20 years. This is going to be sold at some point. You can say, well, Pat, anyone buys a game, when you buy with a partner, it's going to be sold. That's why you bought it.
Right.
Your partner did not buy it for. If I went on a game with Ian, we'll just say, I don't rent a game, a Mahjong complete in box, and we both spend a combined 15 grand on it. And Ian says, Pat, I'm going to hold it at my place, at my apartment, and look at it every day.
We're going to change rights every week.
Yeah, I was going to say, I said to Ian, no, you're not. I bought. Why would I give you $7,500, half of it, for you to always own possession of it? It makes no sense. Collectors don't act like that.
Right. It's a hope that the value is going to go up. You can sell it. You don't have to put all the money in yourself, and then maybe you and your bud can profit.
And this isn't even to say that the $90,000 Castlevania, that was too much or too little. It's just to say that, that happened. This, to me, feels more real just because, okay, this is the game you want out of all the NES games. Sealed. This is it. Without this game coming out and then quickly discovering it in 85 to 86, holy shit, this is a runaway hit, and we now need a new SKU to have this come out for the national launch in August of 86. And now the NES really, it was taking off the NES, but this is what really shot it forward. Was we're going to have that whatever I think was the $80 SKU console and Super Mario Brothers. That's what did it.
Yeah,
it was discovery that this was the game that's going to make your console for the next year and a half, and then Zelda and Mike Tyson's Punch Out and everything else, your Rad Racers, your Metroid, all your third parties start sprinkling in more and more by 87. That's it. This is arguably the most important video game that's ever come out. On the platform that it was most important. Because in the Famicom one you could probably get for $1,000.
Not Space Invaders?
Norm.
Deep cut. Anyway.
Well, I'm saying in the most important game in the most important format it came out on. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not the VS arcade version that came out a little after this.
I know what you're saying. I agree.
Because it came out in the Famicom, then immediately afterwards NES, then right after that it was in the arcade. Everyone always forgets about the VS Super Mario's arcade. Which is not exactly a 1-to-1. It's close, but it's a different game.
There are some differences. Yeah. I used to play it actually when it was current because the pizza place near my grandma's house had it for a year.
Really?
Yeah. So I used to go over there.
So you actually played that before the NES one?
I don't know that I played it before the NES one. No. I think I started playing it because I recognized it and was like, oh, I want to play Mario here. Why not?
I think that's one of the unsung things about the NES that is brought up here and there, but these were 1-to-1 arcade games for the first, the first time. Through the VS arcade games, this is it.
I mean, with the exception of Donkey Kong, but yes, a lot of things were very close.
No console was 1-to-1 Donkey Kong arcade.
No, I know.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the first console where these are literally these are arcade games, the same hardware in the arcade. That's what I mean.
Okay, sure.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
When you played Baseball VS,
Oh
was
yeah, I mean
NES
it's not
first
any
one.
different. That yeah, no,
That's what I mean. It's
right.
a one-to-one analog. That's what I mean. I'm not, sorry.
I see what you're saying. The hardware is the same. Yes.
And the quality is like it's the same sounds. Duck Hunt is 99% the same.
I got you.
Hogan's Alley is 99% the same. Obviously, there's a little more bells and whistles slightly for the effects of things, and like Duck Hunt that you can shoot the dog, but these are the same games.
Yes.
They were a lot of times they were programmed simultaneously, like arcade. So we're also working on the NES one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get completely what you're saying. I was misunderstanding.
Sure. You're still thinking about the new Star Wars movie coming out that you forgot in like 3.5 months it's coming out. Go watch the intro. Anyway, so this to me, take out the NWC cards. They kind of don't count because they've always been weird and none of them exist and it's a promo thing.
Sure.
To me, this is the most significant. Maybe I'm overshooting because I want some hope that not all of this stuff is fake and hyped up speculative bubble trash. To me, this is way more important than anything we've seen in the past several years.
This is probably the most valuable NES game. Easy. Is I think in terms of importance and what it will probably go for monetarily, there's probably nothing else on the NES that comes close to this. With the exception of, like you said, to a collector, with the exception of, like you said, the World Championship cards, but we're keeping those.
So we're seeing the decline of like the Legend of Zelda's. Oh, it's 700,000. Oh no, now it's 500. Oh no, now it's 300,000. Those are going to keep going down and down and down and down and down. Because Legend of Zelda is important, not as important as this.
Right.
You don't have Legend of Zelda without this. Like you needed this. I guess you can still have it in Japan, but you wouldn't have it in the U.S. You wouldn't have gotten that far. They would have said, "Well, it didn't work out, Ian. We're gonna stay in Japan." That's what would have happened.
Yeah.
And then Sega Masters would have come out and done as bad as it probably did, and then go to the 16-bit era after that. So, on that note, and I did have a conversation with Super Collector James, who runs the Legend of NES.com. Check it out. Great website. With tons of variant information and stuff that even I learned a lot from that site. We were talking about like, how low can these game prices go that were pumped up from the WADA bubble and bullshit with Heritage Auctions? Will this stuff drop down to the tens of thousands? Will we ever see, like, he doesn't think you'll ever see a first print Legend of Zelda ever drop below $50,000. I said, well, we'll see in 10 years. I don't know, because they keep falling. So it's like, where are they going to fall back to? Right. I don't know. I basically said, look, I don't know what this stuff would have cost in 2015 when like only 3 people were looking for this stuff, but it wasn't that much for this stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why I always keep coming back to, well, when there wasn't a bubble, what were these things going for privately? And some of them you can kind of figure out, some you can't. But anyway, so Heritage Auctions had one of their events, one of their monthly, like a signature events or whatever they call it, on the 22nd last week. And what was interesting about it is that there's not a lot of things being auctioned anymore that are like, wow, that's interesting. I know what we're going to talk about in the podcast. So there's less and less of the ones that are like new and surprising.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorting by, they did 104 items as auction. The highest price one was Pokemon Emerald.
Right.
What is that? What year is that? About like 99, 2000?
No, that would have been a 2000, 2001.
Okay, that's right. GBA was around then. Okay.
And how much did that go for comparatively?
17,500 for an early production of Pokemon Emerald. A later version of that would have been like around $65,000 to $70,000.
Oh, it's 2005 actually.
Oh, it's that late? Okay.
Yeah.
So, you hear what I said? $65,000-$70,000 like 4 years ago for that.
And we're at 17,000.
And that's a first print
compared to a late.
So this is
print.
The best version.
This is the best version, right?
You want. And then the same for the Pokemon Yellow. This one didn't even crack 10,000 for a first production, not even early. I don't know what there's between first and early is. I don't know about GBA. So I think it was right closer to 80,000 for a later Yellow Pikachu Game Boy game.
See, I think that is a dangerous sign. We're
beyond danger.
Yeah, we're beyond dangerous.
Sky's falling.
But yeah, no, that's sky falling. Because I'll be honest with you, I would have expected, because of how feverish Pokemon collectors are,
that they would have been.
I would have expected Pokemon games to not be infallible in their value, but I expected them to hold their value a little bit more. I expected those to go up in kind of stay up, especially because loose cartridges and things for Pokemon games are still very expensive to go out and find right now. Like, people are still getting good money for them, but the whole sealed slab, the excitement for seals and slabs is dropping.
Sure, but it's also there's a lot of those. Like, it's not a rare thing to find.
Well, we've always talked about that too. Pokemon first generation, sealed, slabbed in good condition, maybe harder to find, but like once you get to silver, gold, fire red, leaf green, sapphire, emerald, crystal, like once the series got popular and started rolling,
Jig up.
Right, those are not going to be nearly as hard to find. Pokemon Yellow, I mean, it could be, but I could also say maybe because it was put out after the series got popular that maybe there's a lot of them. I don't know.
Sure. And then going down the list, I'm not going to double check a lot of these. Trust me when I say that Final Fantasy at $5,700 was probably a lot before if you want to search Final Fantasy.
$5,700 is what it went for.
And
I'm fairly certain that was like, I'm going to have to look.
Look it up while I look. I'd say with top of my head, 20, 30 grand, maybe more for that.
I was going to say 30.
Legend of Zelda Ocarina, $5,500. The Super Mario 2s are $5,200, $3,700 for a last production. I guess if you want a last production one. Contra, $3,500, 80 plus sealed. Here's one that's actually hard to find. Hurricanes on Super Nintendo, sealed, $3,500. That's one. It's actually, you can't find the cart. I got mine at the swap meet. I was lucky to find it. And then you get down to we'll just say, Ian, this one surprised me. This is just a good condition. This is where I still think people don't know what they're going for. A complete in box matte sticker Kung Fu, $2,000. I mean, that's a little bit tougher to find, but I mean, I own one, I believe, and like that's what I mean. Like it's not sealed; it's just a matte sticker one. So what's interesting, Ian, is once you get down to like these third-party NES games, you start seeing prices. This is crazy. I know it's in good condition. Just the cartridge for the first Legend of Zelda, $1,600. I mean, you can finding one in good condition is harder, but you can find a first print Legend of Zelda cart. Mine is like not awful, not great, but that's
in terms of the gold.
Yeah, the gold sheen. That's all.
I mean, we used to get nice gold. I mean,
first print.
Oh, I don't know how to determine that. I guess
doesn't have the no Reve on it.
Oh, no Reve.
That says trademark.
I'd have to look, but I mean, I've seen thousands and thousands of Zelda carts. Most of them. I mean, as time went on, they got worse. But in a given stack of Zelda carts, there was always one or two that were very shiny and nice.
This is where it's getting to where we've said it's been getting. Your Metal Gears, $1,500 sealed. Your Karate Kid, $1,375. I'm sorry, does that just say complete in box? Someone paid $1,375. Are people not realizing what they're bidding on? Because there's no way that's $1,300 not sealed. It doesn't say sealed. That's a mistake. I will say they did not know what they were buying. You got your Gotcha, $1,200. Gunsmoke, $1,250. Ninja Turtles 2 with the pizza offer, early production, $1,300 sealed. Boy and His Blob, $1,000. Akari Warriors, $1,100.
At this point, why are people even buying them? Are they hoping for a dead cat? Like
Tecmo Wrestling, $1,100. So DuckTales complete in box, $1,000. You still got the one that they gifted us to try to curry favor.
Yeah.
The point is this: you're starting to see a lot of these hover around $1,000. It's like Wizards and Warriors 3 sealed, 9.6 A++. That's a great grade. Don't say Pat. That's $1,000. That's what the buyer's premium. So it's like we're getting back to the sanity for a lot of these, where it's like, okay, Mega Man 6 sealed, 9.0, $875. But that's a Mega Man 6 is not a common game.
I wonder if we're ever going to get to the point where people start buying these and cracking them out of their cases. Or if people will just leave them in there since they're already in there.
Mega Man 6 is uncommon. Very uncommon, I think. The last one, because that's a 94. The fact that it's only $875 sealed is like kind of shocking.
Doesn't it matter which print run it is? I think there's
Mega Man 6. There's the Nintendo published one and Capcom published one. Yeah. That's totally different.
Oh, okay.
The Capcom published one, we weren't even entirely sure what that even was.
Got it.
Because there's so few of them.
Okay.
But that's almost like if you said to Pat, not invest, but like, is this worth getting? I'd say Mega Man 6 sealed for $875 is actually not bad. And then you have like, you get down more, Indiana Jones Last Crusade. Wait a minute, is that $812 for the Ubisoft one? Okay. So some of these are like reasonable.
Right.
Like these are like not like
close to what they would be without a plastic shell.
This I should have been on. I still don't own a test cart, which is like really weird that I have now ever bought one. $687 for a test cart. It's not terrible.
No,
probably.
And that's actually much cooler than most of the stuff that's up there.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like you're looking at some of this Journey to Silius sealed $562. It's like, okay, we're looking at NWC vintage small yellow shirt for $525. That's probably the last place you want to put it on auction. Probably you probably want to put that on eBay and let it ride, or just sit on it forever. So yeah, that's what I mean. Pac-Man 10th anniversary version, sealed $450. We're getting to the point where they're losing money, shipping it to be sealed, sending it back.
Oh,
and then,
I was going to say
and then auctioning it off.
Yeah, or the margin is so thin that it's not worth it in any way, shape.
Yeah,
or form.
they're losing money potentially because you have the seller premium, buyer premium, all that stuff.
Right.
So there you go. So just a little update on that. I still think, to go back to to finish up on the Super Mario Brothers, I always, whenever I see this, I say to myself, there has to be one that's totally sealed. There just has to be, by the law of averages. Someone bought it and didn't. You know, even if they only made 8,000 of these, the prevailing theory is that they made like about 10,000 each for the test market. My thought is that there has to be one someone bought and didn't open. Or someone working at the Hackensack warehouse has one, you know, in their house. You know what I mean? Like someone at Nintendo, they kept one. Like
yeah, I mean, I feel like there should be. I can't say there is, but and if this was a situation where there genuinely isn't one of these, I would find that acceptable. But I do still feel like there's got to be one out there somewhere.
Or there's those collectors that stick to themselves and don't go on forums.
There are people who are not on the internet every minute of every day.
Unfortunately, me and Ian are.
Oy.